are 5 big Emmerdale spoilers for next week, including a horrifying death, affair guilt, and health fears. Don't go anywhere. Spoiler 1, Dawn's suspicious of Joe. Dawn has a lot to consider as Kim suggests that she gives up her job at the vets and works at Home Farm Estates full-time instead. Dawn then finds out that Joe is her new boss and reckons he was behind the idea. Dawn starts asking Joe questions about the job, but ends up kissing him and sleeping with him at Home Farm. Later on, after Joe gives Noah an heirloom, Charity storms into Home Farm and hands him back the watch. She's desperate for him to leave Noah alone. Dawn feels guilty when Billy returns home from the hospital with Evan, but will she admit to cheating on him? Spoiler 2, Dawn comes to Joe's rescue. Sometime later, Joe sits in his parked car, drifting in and out of consciousness. Dawn panics when she finds Joe in a bad way at the wheel, with a bottle of pills on the floor of his car. After this ordeal, Dawn heads back to Home Farm and decides that she's going to tell Billy all about her time with Joe. But will she backtrack? There's more drama in store for Joe in our next spoiler, so stay where you are to find out what it could be. Spoiler 3, Joe and Kim have a heart-to-heart. Kim and Joe sit down with each other on a bench at the graveyard, with Joe realising that Kim really does miss Graham. Kim is deeply grieving Will, but feels grateful for Joe's support during this tough time. Spoiler 4, Anthony is found dead. Steph's baffled to see her parents reunited as if nothing went on. A hungover Anthony stays on the sofa at Laurel's before he begins his tutoring session with Angelica. Nicola has no idea about what has recently kicked off. After being filled in by Chaz on how dangerous Anthony is, Nicola returns home and tries to intervene with the tutoring session, but Anthony isn't happy with the confrontation. As Anthony threatens Nicola, Laurel sweeps in and plays the hero by whacking him unconscious with a candlestick. Nicola then goes to A&E after this altercation in a bid to find out if Anthony has been admitted. Laurel then seeks religious advice as she's left with the guilt of what she's done. In a horrifying turn of events, a gunshot is fired and Anthony is found dead by someone. This comes after Caleb orders Anthony to get in his car, but Aaron, Kane, Ruby and Laurel are also after him. Anthony's bloody tooth lies unnoticed at the depot, but what happened to Anthony and who was responsible? And finally, spoiler 5, Chaz opens up to Kane. Kane sits down with Chaz and notices that she's really upset. He worries that his fling with Ruby may no longer be a secret. Chaz then opens up to her brother and reveals a troubling truth. But what is Chaz hiding, and how will Kane react to the secrets? And if you enjoyed this week's Emmerdale spoilers, subscribe so you can come back next week for more Emmerdale news.